It's a powerful source of human happiness. My next guest believes that what matters most in life are the intangibles, the things we cannot see. Where the having a house is a tangible, we all really long for the intangible feeling of home. We want the tangible of having a partner, but what we really long for is the intangible need to be loved. Studio 5 relationship contributor Dr. Matt Townsend joins me. Explain this idea to us a little bit more.
This is huge. So there's a great quote by a guy named Noah Ben Shea that says, it's not the bars that hold the tiger in, it's the space between the bars that hold the tiger in. It's not the notes that makes the music, it's the space between the notes that makes the music.
That's a thinker.
But we all get hung up in everything tangible.
Yeah.
But what really seems to matter are the things that are in between the tangibles. The relationships, the feelings, the moods, just the peace, the happiness, the joy. So I have spent 30 years speaking, and when I speak, I always ask everybody to make a list of everything that they feel is most important to have. And they all make a list. And by the way, it could be if I'm speaking for marriage, what's the most important thing to have in your marriage? What's the most important thing to have in your work, in your family, with your kids? And everyone makes their list. And then at the end, I just ask them this one thing. Go down the list, and I want you to make a T next to anything that's tangible. So anything, you can do that too. Make a T next to it, and make an I next to anything that's intangible. Something you can't touch, but you feel. And the overwhelming majority of what everyone wants to have on Earth, like 90%, are intangible. They're things that you don't get by having a thing. They're what happens in between the space of you and the things of your life.
What a powerful exercise.
Huge.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I find myself thinking we can't control intangibles a lot of times, or it feels like we can't control.
Well, weirdly, you can. We just never pay attention to them.
We don't notice.
Just like you don't pay attention to the bars in the tiger coop or whatever till you darn well they're too far apart.
Yeah. So you're going to teach us today how we can leverage or focus more of our attention on what people for the last 30 years have been telling you matters most to them, and that's the intangibles. First, you say we need to practice intentionality with these in-between moments.
And intentionality is one of our goals of the year, right? We want to be intentional. And so all I want people to start to do is start to identify the intangibles of their life. And there's kind of two kinds of intangibles we want. We all want to receive certain intangibles. Like I want to feel safe, I want to feel cared for, I want to feel loved. But we also have intangibles we want to leave people. We want to give. And I think those are kind of a really unique insight into who we are, why we're here on this earth, our purpose, our passion, and our gifts. And so when we're looking at our intangibles, know that you really can't be happy without intentionally starting to pay a focused energy on the things that really nobody pays attention to. So I'm going to help you in a second here identify what are some of those intangibles.
Well, that's my question.
And then we're going to make an accounting.
Well, you want people to, in fact, list their top 5. Yeah. What might this list look like? Give us some examples.
And by the way, the best way to do this is to sit and ask, okay, I'm 90 years old. They throw me a family party. And what do I want them to say about what I brought to the world? And I would think of my kids, my coworkers, everybody I've helped and all that stuff, have them get up, somebody gets up and they speak. What would I want them to say? Like for me, I want them to feel like they were loved. I want them to feel like I brought them confidence. I want them to feel a sense of capacity and hope. I want them to feel that they're enough. I want people to feel that they're seen. So that's what now, once I identified my 5 things, then all of a sudden it changes because I don't have to do everything in the world. When I go to any situation, I can bring confidence to people, and I can bring hope, and I can bring joy to people wherever I go. So now that I know my 5 things, there's power there. By the way, we in the Western world, we have a ton of intangibles we want. In other parts of the world where they're not as safe, it's not as easy, it's not as fat and happy, they sometimes want more tangibles. They just want a place to sleep. They just want a bucket. They just want, a mosquito net so they don't get sick. So just know this is kind of a first world problem that we have the blessing to go look for the intangibles. But find your first, go through that list. What do you want people to say? Come up with your top 5 intangibles. Then what I want you to do is I want you to be able to bring the 5 essential intangibles into your life.
Okay.
And the way I do that is I'll take, let's say, confidence. If I want people to feel more confident, then just take about 30 minutes to do this activity. What are 10 things I can do just in my day-to-day life to help people feel more confident?
So here comes kind of the control.
Yeah, that's right.
Better word for that, but here comes something I can actionably do.
Now I'm going to actually operationalize
Yes.
an intangible.
Yes.
So I can compliment people. I can point out a gift or a strength that they see. I can witness the goodness in them. So when I see goodness, I'll witness the goodness. I can think about them ahead of time. So I'm more prepared to face them. So if I know my grandkids are coming over, I don't want to just wing it. I want to maybe think about who needs what and what did I learn this week that they might need some help with. I can teach them skills. I can compliment them. I could just give them my time and my attention. So I'm going to make a list of everything I can do to make that intangible more tangible. And I'm going to do it on all 5. And I don't want you to have 500 intangibles. Just choose 5 things, 5 things you want to receive in life. And those are pretty simple: safe, healthy, loving, capable, belonging. And what are 5 you want to give? And then operationalize those by coming up with specific examples of things you can do.
And then you want us to start to see them, like the drips that are happening in our everyday.
At the end of every day, you can go to bed, and before you go to bed, think of your 5 intangibles and just try to have an accounting. Did I bring any confidence to anybody today? And then just go through your day. I did there and I did there. Did I bring any hope to anybody today?
You know what I love about this is we really try thoughtfully and intentionally to serve 2 types of women on this show. There's the women that are struggling, maybe a little bit broken in their marriage or their relationships or their life, and we're all that person at one point.
Right.
But this to me speaks to the woman that actually life's going okay for. And it's a level up opportunity to dig deeper. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the opportunity to see that woman that things are okay,
That's right.
but here's how I could improve.
And isn't that what's weird about that is that helps all of the audience. When you're up, help those that are down.
Yes.
And when you're down, know that you can get up.
Yes.
And then now we just keep stirring that Studio 5 audience.
I love this so
and we
much.
change the world.
Why do I feel like I'm going to cry? Because that was so good.
Yeah,
that was so good.
awesome.
And this is what Matt does so well. In fact, he has a 10-day relationship makeover program that is truly changing lives. How can people get more information about that?
All they got to do is go to coachwithmatt.com or matttownsend.com, and you just sign up for this 10-day marriage makeover. The coolest thing about it, by the way, it's a video a day for 10 days that teaches you how to remove yourself from the spiral of starvation, that we kind of starve each other in our relationships.
Of love, of safety.
Yeah, full of tools, full of skills. Sit down with your partner. It's really affordable. It's super affordable. It's cheaper than, it's like one of you going to dinner. And you just go sit down and go through the videos, and you'll learn to love.
It's 10 days. It's not some long, unended therapy commitment. It's 10 days to improve what is most important to so many people. Thank you so much.
Brooke.
Well done.